So Garrison leadership is pretty straightforward how things gonna work. So it's gonna be 6 different roles you can choose from. I think you have to do a minimum 2, if I can remember, to satisfy the Garrison leadership quality, but don't have to be a top 3. So top 3 normally is first sergeant, company commander, and XO, and then on a platoon level is the PSG was platoon sergeant, PL, and a squad leader. So you have to do at least 2 of those 6. But mainly you'll probably do a platoon level if you're not in a top 3 role. However, depending on the company, really the company commander, I know that when I was in Charlie Company, they automatically assigned everybody a role, top 3 and also platoon level. Like this week 1, you're gonna be doing this. Week 2, everybody gonna be just people in. You're gonna be doing this, and then they're gonna rotate out every week. So all leadership rotates once a week. I would say the hardest one to do is definitely the first sergeant role. And if you want to be considered a big dog, they typically put the best people, like the best OCS candidate who they think is strong or whoever has most experience, the first 3. So if you want to be kind of seen as a big dog and have that perception of like you running stuff, do first sergeant the first 3 weeks. And those are the more relatively chill weeks, which is not really chill because first week is gonna be kind of just like setting the tone. They probably put the most experienced person there. The second 2 weeks are going to be mainly just the history weeks. So it's mainly you just marching the child, marching to the classroom, and then making sure people just come back from break and stuff like that. You're really not really doing nothing too serious. It is more like you just kind of studying and then also kind of getting everybody else in line and getting used to the flow of OCS at that time period. I would say the Cake's role, I would say you want to be in a top 3 role, which is very important, by the way, because you get more points for your own mail, so you can get a better branching ranking, which ain't gonna really tilt the scale, but it does help. I would say the XO, you just chilling for the most part. You're pretty much like a glorified S1. You just collecting paperwork and documentation from all the platoons and stuff like that. More times than not, people not gonna know who you are, not gonna know that you XO, to be honest. Even if you suck or if you're good, you're gonna be kind of just free floating and stuff like that. So just get them easy points. Long as the S1 kind of doing that part, you're probably gonna get a favorably good grade in general. So you're gonna be fine. A company commander, I was a company commander on the later end of OCS. What kind of reservist? I would say the commander part is pretty chill for the most part. Depending on your company commander, I really didn't talk to my company commander in general. I don't know why. Maybe it's a dynamic. All I did was sign the counselings, and that was pretty much it. So you kind of just leading the formations when going to chow. You're pretty much a nice door holder. Like, what's up, man? Good job, man. Enjoy your meal. Stuff like that. That's pretty much it. And then you're kind of, I would say personally, depending on what week you in, you're probably going to be more of the moderator, because a lot of people, and depending on the week, are going to hate the first sergeant, the student first sergeant, for the things that they're going to be doing. So you kind of like just keeping the peace, keeping the morale, make sure everybody is kind of understanding and kind of make sure everybody on the same page. I think if you do that well, you'll be fine as a company commander, because most people gonna have most gripe towards the first sergeant. Most of the energy of hatred is gonna be the first sergeant sucks and then the top 3 sucks. But it's mainly gonna be if the first sergeant sucks, then they're gonna say everybody sucks. So it's mainly gonna be on him for everything, because all the information is relayed from the cadre, who pretty much operates everything, like the hit time, what we're gonna be doing, the changes is gonna go through cadre, the first sergeant, and the first sergeant is gonna deliberate it how he want to deliberate it, and that's gonna make or break how the company is gonna flow as far as cohesiveness, timeliness, and effectiveness of how things are kind of operated within the company, and also getting other stuff as well too. So in a platoon level, is going to be pretty much more the same. The platoon sergeant pretty much going to be dictating the energy of the platoon, but PL is going to be now like more of the XO kind of role, where you kind of in the back. People going to know that you PL, but you're not really going to make a big influence on the platoon on what things going on. You just pretty much make sure people are accountable, make sure documents and stuff like that is pushed out and given to the XO and stuff like that. It's an easy role. It's pretty chill. It is the platoon sergeant going to be, if you ate up, more likely it's because your platoon sergeant ate up. Thing about being a platoon sergeant is having a good command presence. If you have good command presence, you're gonna be good. Just make sure you're on time and stuff like that. Good to go. My perspective in general, even though the company commander is the face, the first sergeant does run everything. That is 100% facts in the unit. I think they should take out the first sergeant and just put another role in there, like kind of how they did in my Bolic, where it was no first sergeant role. It was just the big 3 roles were the the XO, company commander, S1. Those are the big three positions. They should take off the first sergeant position entirely, because it's kind of weird, because OCS is officer candidate school. So the fact that they're using an enlisted position to run the whole entire company doesn't really make sense to me. And I think a lot of times, especially when you get the first three people that are normally the top dogs that are running the first sergeant roles, are typically prior service. Times and not, when they become a first sergeant farther than a student, they normally be a little drill sergeant-y. They be trying to be over authoritative and stuff like that. So initially, we always be kind of some constraints. And then more times than not, they're not really providing any innovative perspective on how to run things efficiently. But some things be needing adjustments, but they don't know how to adapt to the situation, OCS, and how things are operated. And having the commander a little bit more involved, you not only eliminate that gripe that people say that officers don't really do anything, you actually put the commander in the forefront, and you already creating a class of 100-something officers thinking in their mind that to be more proactive naturally. But also, if you're a cadre, I will also put in my teaching is making sure that, here, I want you to kind of be more proactive, but here's the bounds of you not overstepping your realm far as when the first sergeant does come in, so you can get those good habits and stuff like that. So that's my thoughts as far as on Garrison leadership. Is a good test. It's very realistic on how it's going to operate in a unit. So just make sure you just do what you need to do. Make sure people make sure accountability is kept. Make sure people are on time. Make sure paperwork is handled, and make sure that you're just doing the things that make sense for the entire unit, but also maintaining the morale while you're there, so you'll get a good leadership points grade as well too. So let me know what you guys think. Hit the subscribe button, and I'm out. Go on.